Hello, everyone. My name is Megan Ellsworth. Welcome back to an AskARoofer Minisode. I'm so excited. Today we have Katie here, and we're going to be talking about commercial roof materials explained, the 101 of commercial roofing. So, hello, Katie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Megan?
I'm so good. Excited to see you and have you back on the pod. You've done
Yes.
so many of these recently.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I love Roofer's Coffee Shop, so it's awesome to be here.
Yay, thank you. So, can you just tell us a little bit about you and your company, Armored Roofing, and then we'll dive into the question?
Absolutely. My name is Katie Koetter Clymer. I am president of Armored Roofing Company here in Wichita Falls, Texas. We have been in business for 69 years this year, and we have been in this location for, God, forever. I've been in the roofing business for 13 years now, and I'm on the board of RCAT, which is Roofing Contractors Association of Texas, and I'm also a member of the National Women in Roofing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Excited to see you at RCAT coming up in September.
Yes, I'm so excited. We just had our summer retreat this last week and it was awesome. We're recharged, ready
Fun.
to keep going. And we were just talking about the trade show coming up and how exciting it's going to be. And it's going to be jam-packed full of events.
Yay. Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, commercial roofs. They're
hmm
big, they're daunting. What are the most common roofing materials that you see on a commercial roof?
So we are in Texas, of course, south of the in southern United States. A lot of the materials that we see mainly are single ply membrane systems, which is TPO, PVC roofs. We see built up, we see EPDM. A lot of companies are getting away from hot applied roofs these days. We see some ballasted roofs. Just depends how old the building is and if the roof has been updated to the current things and trends that are going on. But normally here we are seeing either, and there's also gravel as well, which is built up. We see gravel or we see TPO or
Okay.
PVC. Those are kind of the main three that we see in this area.
Now, between those main three, what are the key differences, protection
It,
wise
it
and also just like makeup?
Yeah. So protection wise, they offer different different things. So the built up has a hot asphalt ply with gravel. And then you've got your TPO, which has got some type of, they all have insulation underneath them. It also depends on your deck and what type of deck is on the building. So we always want to do a sample. If of an existing roof to see what's there, what type of deck there is, how
Smart.
many layers of roofs, what kinds of roofs are there, so that we know what we're getting into. And at the same time, we know what's going to work best for that deck on that roof. There's different options. And then you start from there. So you start with the deck and then you go up to your insulation. Is it need to be tapered or not tapered? Do you need to have a cover board or not? And then you kind of go into, okay, how are we going to fasten this system? And that's mainly for our single plies. Single ply systems, how are we going to fasten that system? Are we going to bond it or are we going to fasten it, mechanically attach? And then we go into what's going to work best for this. So PVC works best on restaurants, things that hold water or have fat solubles like exhaust fans, because PVC is a cured product, whereas TPO is an uncured product, and so it doesn't work that well on those type of businesses. So we would always try to stay away from TPO on restaurants, especially because they're going to have those exhaust fans with all of the grease coming off, and
Right.
that TPO is not going to hold up. We also don't really want to put a gravel roof on that either, because gravel is not going to keep it, it's not going to stay clean. It's not going to hold up to that, to all of that that's going on. So it just depends on
Yeah.
the type of building that they have. If they have a lot of different penetrations or curbs or things like that, then it may be something that we want to look at and see, okay, is this just, is A system better than B system? And it's just kind of, not a one size fits all. And that's where we come in and we take a look. We're not, so a lot of companies, and I say a lot, but we have noticed that a good amount of companies don't actually go on site anymore to do inspections or estimates. We are old school in that way. Yeah, they will do a digital view from Google Earth or whatever, or
Got it.
any software company that they can, or software company that they can find that does those measurings for them. The downfall to those is that you don't actually get to see what's there. You don't get to do a test.
Yeah,
You don't get to see what the deck looks like, and sometimes it's misleading. The
I can
measurements are great.
imagine.
Yeah, but the measurements are great, but sometimes it's misleading, and you get there and you're like, wow, I didn't see that on that. And so we are always going to go and see the actual building first before we give an estimate, because there's things that you may not see on a report that you see when you get there and you're like, oh man, this is going to cost me a lot of money. Like, I should really put eyes on it first. And that's an old school method, but don't knock it if it's still working, right? And it's kept us from making huge mistakes and missing huge things that we wouldn't have seen otherwise if we hadn't gone there. And sometimes that means we have to take a trip 2.5 hours away, but it's worth it to see what we've put our eyes and hands on what we've got there. So
Yeah.
it's fun I say fun. Roofing's fun for me. It's fun.
It is fun.
It is fun. It is fun for me to still continue to learn different things every day. Just this morning, I was learning. I was out on a roof an hour away, and I was sitting there, and my guys were explaining something. I was like, you know what? I learned something new today. And I told them, I said, don't ever stop learning. Don't ever stop trying to learn, because if you do, then what are you doing? So
Exactly.
even with me in the position I'm in and being here for so long, I still learn every day, and I still want to, because I just don't see why not. I mean, if I want to learn everything there is to learn and still more. So that's the fun part about doing this. You got to make it fun somewhere, right?
That. Yeah, you have to make it fun. And I just love, because also a home or building owner wants to hire someone that feels passionate about what they do and passionate about protecting their property. So
Absolutely.
I love that. Exactly.
Yeah, I treat every property like it's mine.
As you should. I love that. And that's what every customer wants, right?
Mm-hmm.
So any other factors building owners should consider when they're choosing their roofing material for a commercial property?
A lot of the times when we come into a property or a project, the architects have already chosen what type of materials they're going to use. They've specified that they're only wanting ABC companies. Then, so I think the owner has a little bit of say in that, as far as what type of system they would like. But it's a lot of the single ply, I'll talk about the single ply. A lot of the single ply companies they're all pretty much even kill. There's not a big difference between one or the other. There's our personal favorites that we like to use. But then but they all have the same type of products. The majority of them do. So just really know your roofer. Make sure that your roofer is licensed. If your state has licensing, find out if your state has licensing. Make sure that they have the insurance to cover if something should happen. Make sure that they have references. Make sure that they have some credentials somewhere, something, whether it be with the city, with the state, with the BBB, anywhere. See that they've been around for a while, and if you can, visit their office. Contact their office. Don't just contact a cell phone, but contact an office and see if you get an automated call, answering, or you get an actual person, or if you can talk to anybody on the phone through an office line. Those are just basic things that we try to push with commercial owners, just to let them know, hey, we're here, but even if it's not us that's going to help you, here's some things to help you find the right fit for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Katie, thank you so much. Everyone out there in the Wichita Falls area, go please contact Armored Roofing if you're in need of any roof repairs or a new roof altogether. They will take care of you. And thanks everyone for listening. Katie, I'll see you next time on the next minisode.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Megan.